Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's Down and Dirty, we're going to talk about why GPS doesn't make you a great dozer operator. You still have to have the ability to be a dozer operator. You still have to understand the concepts you learn when you are a dozer operator in order to be effective with GPS. Now, can GPS take a B-level, maybe C-level dozer operator and make them an A-level? Absolutely, in certain circumstances. But it doesn't change the fact that you have to know how to doze to begin with. You have to be smart, and you have to think about what's going on, and you have to know how to interpret the information the system's giving you. And I've got two examples right in front of me that we'll go over. So the first is right in front of the dozer. It's really hard for you guys to be able to see, but this is just a nice smooth curve in this retention pond that we're doing. But let's take a look at our screen here. So if we go to our, hang on just a second here, let me flip over to our 3D view here. If we look at our 3D view, you're going to notice that right in front of the dozer, there's this goofy kind of triangular cutout here. And that doesn't actually exist in this layout. If you look at the actual plans, this is just a nice smooth bowl. Well, why does that exist? You have to think about how the computer interprets the plans when they put these plans into the GPS system. The way that works is they create this wire frame. And so let's flip back over to our 2D view here. So we're going to go plan, and we're going to take all of our colors off, and let's zoom out so you can see it. So what you can see here are all the contour lines of our retention pond we're working on. The computer interprets these as kind of a framework. If you can imagine like you built a sculpture out of wire, that's how the computer builds these models. And then when it creates these textures that we see, all it's doing is, imagine you took paper mache and you kind of paper mache'd around that skeleton you made. It's essentially just connecting the lines with this surface that they put down. And so what ends up happening, let's recenter ourselves, we'll go back into 3D view. So what ends up happening is you get these kind of weird anomalies where the computer goes, okay, here's a line here, here's a line here, and here's a line here. We're just going to create a flat plane between them. And so that's where you have to, as a dozer operator, first of all, have to be able to interpret that information. And secondly, I'll show you how I graded this. So we're gonna zoom in just a little bit so we can see. Let's take our parking brake off. So when I'm back here, and I'm going to switch to this view so you can kind of see what's going on as well. So I've got my autos engaged, and we're coming around and we're making our pass, and you're going to see all of a sudden, when we come up here, our blade is going to start to dive off the left side here. And you can see it, it's starting to come down, and now our blade's starting to change angle. But again, this doesn't exist on the actual plan. There is no notch here. And so what ends up happening, the way you grade this is, you have your automatics on. And then when we're coming up on this area, I'm going to take my automatics off, and I'm just going to continue to carry this slope all the way around until we get past that weird anomaly. And then I'm going to re-engage my automatics. Now, if I wasn't a decent dozer operator, when we were coming around that curve and I disengage my automatics, I lose the machine doing anything for me. I'm now relying on my own abilities, and if my abilities aren't up to snuff, that's going to look like garbage back there. Similarly, let's look at our plan. This brings us to our second instance where this is going to make a difference. So the plan basically gives us the inside of our berm, the right side here off of the machine. And it gives us just a tiny, tiny little peak, basically saying, okay, there's a backside of the berm there, and then the plan ends. And the reason they did that is because we're supposed to blend to existing off of this backside. Well, that means that I can only grade this inside slope if I'm not a dozer operator. But once I get out here, what am I supposed to do? I have no idea. I had to grade this all by hand. This was all handwork on the backside of this slope and learning, how to blend to existing and figuring out how the contours were going to work. That's from my experience as a dozer operator. It has nothing to do with GPS. In fact, you can see if we zoom out here, I'm in no man's land. There's nothing in this area of the map. I am totally grading on my own. Here's another one of those surface anomalies. If we look up here, that little cutout right there, again, doesn't exist on the plan. This is just a retention pond. The only thing I can think is that's a possible spillway, but there's nothing on the plan showing a spillway. So I think really what that is just another anomaly. And every time I've had to go over that area, I've had to click off the automatics and carry grade on my own. And the final point I want to make about GPS. Yes, if it's close, GPS will take over and it will help you keep a flat pass. You still have to manipulate the material as a dozer operator. You have to think about working the material from your high side to your low side to be able to fill that area. When we're doing these cuts, let me spin around so you guys can see what I'm doing here in the bottom of our retention pond. I can't just take my machine here and dive off into this retention pond and it's going to magically follow all those contours. I have to be able to come at it from the right angle to get the machine to do what I want it to do in order for it to shape those surfaces. So all this to say, GPS is a fantastic tool. It will increase production. It will make you a much nicer, faster dozer operator in certain circumstances, but it doesn't take away from the fact that you have to know how to run a dozer, you have to know how to interpret the information, and you still have to be a good dozer operator to get production out of a GPS system. So I hope this has been helpful in giving you guys a little bit of an insight into how GPS works and how it can screw up for you and some of the things that we deal with on a day-to-day basis in the cab of these machines, and kind of a little insight into there's a whole degree of, degree isn't the right word, there's a whole skill set that goes along with operating a GPS on top of operating the dozer, and you have to know what you're doing with this system in order to make it work for you. So if you got questions or comments, drop them down below and we'll catch you guys on the next video.